Before we start this week's episode, I'd like to mention the colors we're using so you can paint along with us at home. Titanium white, midnight black, Prussian blue, Indian yellow, cadmium yellow, Alizarian crimson, sap green, and Van Dyke brown. Okay, let's have some fun.
I haven't even started making the necklace yet, and I was supposed to 3 weeks ago.
It's all for naught.
I don't know how I'm going to get new people to listen if I don't deliver on my promises, is the thing.
Well, I didn't want to be the one to say it. But...
No, I know the problem. The problem is me.
True.
I am the problem with this podcast. And I'm going to take this moment right now to ask all our listeners to please forgive me. Thank you.
This podcast suffers from ineptitude from within. Yeah.
Oh, boy, does it.
Wearing my shirt untucked, the untucked shirt, the fat man's last hurrah. Next stop, Momo. You might see a guy with his shirt untucked and think, oh, was he in a hurry?
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. I can't decide whether to get down or get funky. Please give it up for your hosts, Mike and Darren.
Hi, I'm Darren.
I am Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast. This is episode 229.
And we were not fighting right before we hit record.
No.
Not at all.
We do this all the time. This
Yeah.
is how we act. This is
Yeah.
how friends do one another.
This is a healthy relationship, you millennials.
It is.
We're Gen X, right? You're Gen X.
I'm born in 1970.
Yeah, it's 1975.
Yep.
We're right there in the crux of it.
That's right. I'm the old one.
Yeah, Empire
Yeah.
Strikes Back, you're welcome.
Oh,
Pearl Jam, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
Yeah.
And
Tonight on the podcast, I took my wife's car in for an oil change, and you're not going to believe what they found in her car. And I asked a question that I've never asked before, and I will probably never ask again. That's how you write a tease.
that's how you read it to
Yeah. Stay tuned.
And
Listen till the end.
I had Andrew's car towed.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Then you just bought that car.
Yeah.
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 Hey, what happened?
We'll get into it because we made a new fan of the show who's listening right now.
Oh, okay.
Say hi to Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
Sam's a
He
guy
can't.
or a
He
girl?
can't interact. It's a dude.
I want him to feel like it's part of it.
Okay. All
Sam,
right.
you look great, buddy.
Yeah,
Is
he
that
does.
a new hat?
He's gonna think that you're seeing him through the camera. You're gonna get him all freaked out. Now he's covering up the camera with the
Sam,
tape. In the
you know what you did, Sam.
These are the days of
you
AI.
should be ashamed of yourself.
Elon Musk is shooting rockets up and catching them again.
Well,
you just gotta.
Elon Musk needs to catch one of those in his mouth. Hello.
We're non-political on this show,
no, we're
but
not.
we're very pro-science. Let's talk about science for a
science.
moment.
Yeah.
Yes, science.
All right.
You're the engineer. You know more about science than I do.
See, that's right.
You do.
Well, okay.
I mean, it's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm not judging, and I'm not making generalizations, and I'm not saying that engineers are nerds.
Well, let's talk about this for a second.
Okay.
Because I've been helping. Charlie's entered the age where he wants Dad to help him with math.
Right.
See, Andrew entered that age and then left that age to where now I don't even know what they're teaching him in school. He's writing an essay about something.
Yeah.
And I think they watched a movie.
Oh.
But Dad,
Also about something?
we're past you, Dad, in math. But Charlie's entered the thing of, hey, I need a little help here.
Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I told both my kids, look, I can help you with your homework or you can pass the class.
Yeah.
You can't do both.
So we've got this, and I hit this stage last night when I was helping him with his homework where I started doing it, and I saw like this glaze come over his eyes, and he looked at me with wonder and
In awe?
In awe.
Uh-huh.
Like he was like,
That you knew how to do it?
yeah, he's like, how did you do? I can't write all that down. How did you do that?
Right.
And I was like, You see,
Who's stupid now?
Dad? What? No, it's Dad's got a skill. Dad has a skill.
I used to call you and ask you for help.
In 2 or
with
3
Jacob's
years,
math homework.
in 2 or 3 years, this skill's going to be useless to
Yeah.
him. But for right now,
Right.
it's like I'm Iron Man, and I can do things.
Jacob's getting his ass kicked with calculus.
Okay.
Do you know anything about calculus?
I took all the calculus,
Okay.
all the calculi.
You took it, but do you know anything about it? Because I'm about to send him over to you.
take a function, set the limit to 0 and infinity, and
Okay. You're gonna congratulations.
Integrate that.
You
bitch.
are going to be Jacob's new math.
That's
tutor.
the title of the podcast. Integrate that bitch.
Integrate that.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Something happened to me the other day that just out of nowhere, and it surprised me. Do you like Bachman Turner Overdrive?
No,
Okay. Do you have a favorite Bachman Turner Overdrive song?
no.
Okay. They're not my
They have a
favorite.
song about squirrels.
No,
Yeah,
no, I don't
then
think
no,
so.
I don't.
They're not my favorite band either, but I do like them.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, my favorite song was "Let It Ride."
BTO.
Right? Yeah, BTO. You got to
Yeah.
let it ride.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but even if you don't like that song,
Yeah.
"Let It Ride" is badass.
A lot of people
right?
confuse them with ELO, which is
No.
Electric Light.
The Electric Light Orchestra. Yeah. No.
They're
no.
more modern. They're using electric light,
Yes.
whereas
They're
Bachman
turning things over with their
is-
Bachman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turning it.
Right. But I heard a song, Let It Roll Down the Highway, and I'm like, this song is way better than Let It
Yeah.
Ride.
Yeah,
And how is that? And you know, 'cause sometimes when you like a band, and I know this is going nowhere, and what am I doing with my hands? The audio people here.
yeah. Subscribe to us on Patreon. You can see exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
with the
so
hands.
if you like a band that keeps making music, of course they're going to release a new song
Yeah.
that may become your favorite.
Yeah.
But when does an old song ever become your favorite song
Yeah.
by a band? Anyway, Bachman Turner Overdrive, I don't even know if anyone's still... I have a new favorite song by them.
Hey, so here's a question.
More to come on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
So there are some bands that ended prematurely,
Uh-huh.
and then there's others. It's like, Jesus, another album?
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
You guys haven't been good for about 50 years. Just calm down.
Well, yeah.
But can you name a band that's kind of nailed it all through? Like every album is a classic, and then they just quit, and they're either dead or they're retired or they're doing something else. Is there? Does that exist? Is it Led Zeppelin? Did they have a stinker in there somewhere?
You know what? I don't think they did.
Was Coda?
But they only
good?
had 4
no
albums, right? Or 5?
They have 7.
Okay,
They
but
had-
only 4.
Well, they had
count.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Uh-huh.
Then they had Physical Graffiti.
They had the White Album.
Coda,
Uh-huh.
and then the Joshua Tree.
Well, I remember when Coda came out, and then everybody had to quarantine. And then we stayed at home to flatten the curve.
No, you're thinking of the Who.
Oh, okay.
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Did Led Zeppelin have a dud? I don't know.
Yeah. Did the Beatles? I'm not a Beatles fan.
I
so
know.
I can't.
I'm going to say the Eagles didn't have a bad album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Eagles,
The Eagles did not have a bad
perfect
album.
record.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't think of a bad album that they had. Yeah.
All right. Recently, the algorithm pushed me back towards Eminem,
Okay.
which effectively turned Bess back towards Eminem
Okay.
because her phone is listening to what
Yeah.
we're listening to. She started listening, and she's like, I was listening to an Eminem song the other day,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, I've never heard this one before, but it was absolutely disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking about this and that,
and
and she
doing
got like
things to your
3
mother.
lines into it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know that one. That's off Slim Shady. It's the
Yeah.
3rd track. She was like, she just looked at me like I was a new creature.
Yeah.
Like, wait, you've heard that
Yeah.
before?
Yeah, his songs have a lot
I've
of bad
got
words
it. It's
on
in
it.
it's on the CD that has the Vicodin that's
Got a
screaming
lot
on
of
it.
got a
Yeah.
lot of bad words on it.
I mean, if you like, you got the Marshall Mathers, you got to bring the Slim Shady along with him.
I'll tell you something I love though was Barack Obama doing "Lose Yourself." So I wasn't planning on this, but
Yeah.
you know my palms are sweaty,
Arms are heavy. Mom's spaghetti.
knees weak. Mom spaghetti. That was
Yeah.
the coolest thing I've ever seen a president or former president do.
Yeah.
Was "Lose Yourself."
You're listening to Irritable Dad Syndrome. I'm Dave Lay, and I approve this message.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So I took my wife's car in.
This is, by the way, Cincinnati's,
It's Cincinnati's comedy
If you're
podcast.
not laughing now, then leave.
What are you doing?
What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, well, don't say that.
Oh, well, stay.
Yeah,
You'll
more to
laugh
come.
eventually. Yeah.
More fun to come. I took my wife's car in for an oil change, and she's got the care package thing.
She got the Hemi.
at the Kia dealership.
Okay.
Okay. So she's got, I can't remember how many car washes and tire rotations built into this package
Okay.
that she got when
Yeah.
she got her vehicle, her Sorrento at Kia. I take her car in. I make an appointment. Yeah, and they were actually able to get it in within 3 weeks. Don't know why it
A
took
lot of work
I don't
going
know-
on the Kia cars.
don't know why
there.
it takes 3 weeks to get an oil change, but whatever. I take her car in, we drop it off, and she borrows my car, and she had to go into work and everything. I'm home. I work at home, and I'm doing my work. I'm working very hard. I'm a very hard worker.
Yeah.
Diligent.
You telecommute.
I do. Yes. I teleport into work.
Okay.
So I'm working, and the guy from Kia calls me, and hey, this is
Todd.
We'll call him Todd from the Kia dealership. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and we rotated her tires like as part of the thing. We noticed something in the engine. I said, "What's that?" A mouse nest.
What?
And I said, "I'm sorry, what?" A mouse nest. A mouse, Mike, had built this giant fur nest inside.
The hell did it get the fur?
I don't know.
Does Libby have like a bald spot now on her head?
No,
Did it like
no. I have no idea how a mouse got into her engine. He says, do you want me to clean this up? Yes.
Yeah, get the yes,
I do.
yes.
Yes. Get that out of there. I'm like,
This is like when I was asked for a refund
I was like,
if I wanted all the money. Yes, I want all the money.
Yeah, how long have we been breathing mouth cooties
Yeah.
that have been generated through the it's like,
That's how the bubonic plague spread in Europe. A mouse built a nest into a Kia.
Yeah. And I said, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, get that out of there.
Yeah.
And he sent a little video, and I showed it to Libby. She's like, "Oh my!" Oh, Thomas, what is that? You know, it's like, I don't know how it got in there, because I told you, like, I don't know, 3 months ago or something, we had a mouse in our garage.
Yeah,
but it was a little thing, a little baby mouse.
So he's probably wondering, hey, where'd my house go?
What the hell? Yeah,
it's in that Kia. It's gone.
But I mean, I'd have to do a DNA sample, and we threw the old mouse away. So I don't know if that's the mouse that built a nest in her car or what.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Overthinkers Incorporated, providing irrational solutions since 1932.
I got a call or a text. I'm sorry, we don't get calls anymore. I get a text.
Nobody calls you?
No. Had to go pick up Andrew at the Y. His car won't start.
Okay.
We need a jump.
Uh-huh.
Hey, 99.9% of the time when your car won't start,
right,
you need a jump.
Yeah.
And then, do we have jumper cables? I'm like, do we have jumper cables? What do you think I am? Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah, because we do. I bought some for Libby, and I've got some in my car.
I came home, got the jumper cables. We went out to the car, and I may or may not have watched a YouTube video on how to connect them. And I'll tell you why. You bunch of alpha male. A lot of y'all out there know how to jump cars immediately because you do it all the time. I do it once every 10 to 15 years.
Just do like Michael Scott. Just put those anywhere.
Put them anywhere. So part of me knows, a lot of people just put them anywhere. Right. And then part of me knows I'll be the guy in the news tomorrow that the battery exploded and now half my face is gone.
Yeah, red is positive.
Yeah. So I do what you're supposed to do, let my car go for a bit, and then I try to start his car, and it has all these error messages and everything coming up. And it doesn't seem like it's a battery issue.
Uh-huh.
So I make a few calls, and then I realize I'm going to have to get this towed to our buddies down at CarX.
Yeah.
Dave and the other guy that I call Dave.
Oh, God, we love CarX.
So we're going to have it towed down there. So I'm looking at for a tow truck.
Mm-hmm. They'll recommend one. They've got a guy.
Yeah. So I call one number, and they say, where is it? I tell them, and they're like, that's outside of our range. We're more not in that range.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. They were very non-specific. And then I was looking for ones that had good reviews, the Google reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want the one that says the guy showed up with a meth pipe hanging out of his mouth and whatever.
Right.
So I called one, and the guy, and this is on speakerphone in Bess's car.
Mm-hmm.
I called, and he's like, towing. And I hung up. I said, never mind, and hung up immediately, which caused Bess to lose her mind laughing. And she's like, "What the
towing?"
Yeah,
I hear it.
She said, "What was wrong with that?" I was like, the way he answered the phone told me everything I needed to know. Yeah. This dude is huge.
You should have called Boss Hog Towing.
Yeah, he doesn't. He made me think of Boss Hog Towing. I hung up on him, and then I'm looking through, and I see a place called Sal's Towing.
Sal's.
S-A-L. Like, hey, Sal, my
Hey,
buddy Sal, he's got
Hey,
a towing company.
Hey, Tony
And I
recommended
thought,
you.
they're Italian. Bess is Italian. She speaks their language.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah. What can go
So
wrong? You pay them in lasagna.
I call the nicest dude in the world, answers. There's a lot of yapping in the background.
Did you call him Sally?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even, he said his name was Sam.
Oh, okay.
So it would have been inappropriate on multiple levels to call him Sally.
Okay.
There was a lot of yapping in the background. And he wasn't supposed to be answering the phone.
Okay.
But there was a lot of stuff going on. He was actually with his family.
Oh.
And he said, let me get away from here so I can talk to you about what we need to do. So I tell him where the car is, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'll be over there in just in a jiffy. He didn't use that word, but
Lickety-split.
lickety-split.
In the shake of a lamb's tail.
And he said, how far
Sorry,
away?
2 shakes.
He's like, are you going to be there? And I was like, well, I'm at home right now, but I live like 2 minutes away. He's like, I'll give you a call when I'm 5 minutes away. We'll meet there. I was like, that's perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah. I get there, and I'm waiting. He pulls right in, comes over, takes a look at it. My immediate thing that I noticed about him is he does not look like a tow truck person.
Okay.
Okay. He was driving a tow truck, but did not look like a tow truck person.
Okay. What did he look like, Mike?
He looked like not a tow truck person.
Okay.
Yeah, he just didn't. He told me, he's like, I'm not. I kind of got into this business. I've never had a blue collar job before.
Just like
the
that
past
scene in
couple of years.
Hey, just look kind of
He
funny.
just did look at it.
So you had sex with the little guy? Yeah.
This dude had like a whole other career. Stuff happened. COVID happened.
Right.
And he started over, and he's doing tow trucks. And he just gives me the whole history. We're out there for a while. While he's hooking up the car, he's explaining to me how you connect this on the Ford, and he did the whole like diagnostics thing to try to figure out what was wrong with the car.
Right.
He says, hey, if I can fix it here, you don't need me to tow you.
Right.
And I'm like, you are a miracle, dude.
Yeah.
What? And I looked again, it's Sal's Towing. I was like,
Sal,
this dude's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gave me a card, was all excited about this whole thing. Told me how to work with the insurance. He's like, you got State Farm. What kind of coverage you got to go there?
Yeah, they cover
This is
that.
how you do the thing. Here's what you put on the receipt. You get it covered. You give him a call if you don't trust me, but whatever. You get it all set up. I was like, dude, you're amazing. Gives me his whole life story about how he started the tow truck company, the business of towing, how a lot of people won't tow Teslas because it's a different way of towing. But he has, what's that called?
ESP.
No. He's
Cooties.
No. He's what do you call that when
Gingivitis.
well, people say it all that researched how to do it.
He did his own research.
He did his own research. Now a lot of people talk about that when they're talking about voting, and
Right.
this dude's applying it to towing.
Uh-huh.
So now he's got this whole market open to him that other tow truck companies don't want to deal with. So this dude's making a killing. He's doing great.
Right.
And I'm fascinated. He makes me want to start to be a tow truck guy. Like I'm starting to think, I wonder what I need.
A guy who doesn't know how to put positive.
Yeah, maybe I could sell the couch or one of the dogs and buy a tow truck, and then we
sell the dog by a tow truck. That's a country song right there.
1973. But gets it all set up. He's like, I'll drop it off right there. He's like, I was like, do I need to come with you? He's like, no. He's like, it's Car X. I know those guys. I'll fill out the drop off thing. I'll fill out what's wrong with it. I've already done the thing. I'll put it in there. I'll send you. He sent me pictures of the car at where the Y, pictures of the car at Car X, a nice couple of texts in the background. I talked to him about this podcast. I said, this will definitely be on this podcast.
Yeah.
This is the most amazing tow truck story that I've ever been involved in.
Right.
Just because I know so much more about towing.
And this is your only tow truck
This
story.
is my only tow truck story. And then he even...
No offense, Sam.
He even offered up what he thought was the identity of the guy that answered the phone as towing. He did what you're doing right now. He's like, I know exactly who that is. But he explained, he's like, a lot of tow truck companies will answer the phone. They ask you a bunch of questions up front. And what they're doing is they're filling out whether they want to come out and tow you. He's like, when I was talking to you, I just need to address what it is and what's going on. I don't need to know all these other things, know, like he's like, so it'd take a lot for you to tell me something that I can't tow. I mean, if you're outside of my range or whatever, but a lot of these people will find an excuse. He's like, the guy you were talking to would probably find an excuse, especially since this is like 7 o'clock at night. So I was excited while we were talking. We're at the Y. One of the guys that's usually in the Y when I'm there stopped by and started talking. And since Sal started talking to him, or I'm sorry, Sam started talking to him, gave him a card. We talked about towing some more. The dude talked about his car. He was giving him tips on the best places to take your car.
Right.
And is it over here? No, it's over here. You go in this corner, you turn over there. I was like, dude, you're like a Wikipedia of towing and auto maintenance knowledge. I'm excited.
Oh, God.
And here, fun fact, CarX is amazing. I love the guys at CarX.
I do too.
They're awesome.
Yes, they are.
But they couldn't fix this problem.
Oh.
It's a Ford dealership. It's one of those things you got to bring into the dealership. It's got the Ford, what's that called? The Illuminati Ford symbol. They got to use a special key to get into.
Sure.
It's all that other
Two different people have to turn the red key at the same time.
Yeah, Ford and Motors, and they got to do it before it will even talk to you about what it is that's going on.
The football.
Yeah, that's right. It's a dude that comes in. It's handcuffed to him.
It's time.
Yeah. He said, I'll tow it to whatever Ford dealership you want to take it to. It's and then I called insurance, and they said they would pay for that as well. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. But yeah, he was great. So I want to throw a plug out there for people in our local area. Sal's Towing. Sal. His name's not Sal.
No.
Sal is the name of one of his
Call
kids.
Sal's Towing.
He named the tow truck company after one of his kids.
Call Sal's Towing and ask for
Sal's
Sam.
Towing and ask for Sam.
Yeah, nothing confusing about that at all.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
He's a badass.
What's wrong with the car?
I don't know. Well, everybody thought that it was a something modulator and flux capacitor. And so I told that to Ford. There's 2 Ford dealerships near us.
Yeah.
One is, Ford, that has just reviews, just like all these 1-star reviews. I gave them my car. They gave me back a potato. I gave them my car. I got back a floaty. A pool floaty. Yeah. And then the other Ford, the other Ford, King's Ford, has amazing reviews.
Yeah.
And so I called the crappy Ford. They gave me a name of a guy that was supposed to get back to me. He did like a couple days later.
Yeah.
This other Ford, I thought I was talking to AI for a moment when I called.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Thank you for calling Ford Motors. How may I help you?" And I'm like, "Real person." Sorry, real person. This is a real person. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Hi. I am also a real person. I'm real embarrassed.
The whole thing, they set up the appointment, and they said, look, the appointment is not until November 5th. This was like a week ago. Turns out they told me, if you tow it in, we'll finagle it in there, and then we'll get you out. So they've already figured out the problem, and they've ordered the part. What bothers me a little bit is the message I got was, we've figured out the problem with your check engine light. At no point during any of this was the check engine light ever a problem. So I don't know what they did, but as long as it starts and continues to run, I'm a happy guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Sal's Towing.
So, ask for Sam.
Ask for Sam.
I can't remember a lot of the story, but years ago, Libby's car, this was before she had the Kia, it needed towing. And so we called, but the deal was the people who agreed to pick it up and tow it would
tow people.
Right. Well, where we bought it, where they were going to fix it. Okay. You could only take it to so many certain places to get the problem fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't just take it to CarX. You had to take it to here or there, or they wouldn't cover the damage.
Well, that was another thing I had to deal with. I forgot about that part.
So I get in touch with a tow truck, and a woman comes out to tow this truck, and she's a nice enough person. She gets the car onto the thing. She's like, I'm going to take it to the place. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Do I need to go out there? No, everything's fine. So I went home. And then I'm going to get Libby, and then we're going to go to where we're going to get the car fixed.
Yeah.
I get a call from this woman. She went by the place. They're not open. She's got another call. So she left our car.
Okay.
She dropped it in a Frisch's Big Boy.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, wait, you're doing what? I'm dropping your car off here at this address. She dropped our car off at a Frisch's Big Boy restaurant.
They don't like that.
Because she had another call.
Yeah. She's on a call.
And she went to drop our car off where we were supposed to. But since nobody was there, she wouldn't drop it off there. She dropped it off at a Frisch's Big Boy.
Hold on.
And then she left it there. And we're like, I don't know where this Frisch's Big Boy is. Someone could bust into it. So I had to call another tow truck. Will you meet me at this address? And the guy says, yeah. And then I was telling him, I'm like, this other tow truck just left it here. He's, why would she do that? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. You can't leave for another call while you're on a call.
While you're on a call.
That's like an ambulance.
Right.
Like on the way to the hospital, and then they dump the body off because we got another call.
We've got somebody else who's bleeding.
Yeah.
I am also bleeding.
Yes. Yeah. Wow.
So anyway, fun.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Crystal Clear Party Ice. It's not a party without party ice. And it's not crystal clear party ice unless it's actually crystal clear. The way party ice is supposed to be. Have you been to a party where the ice was cloudy? How did that make you feel? Like a loser. Crystal Clear Party Ice is really clear. And it comes in a bag. Crystal Clear Party Ice, now available in Crystal Clear, Semi-Clear, and the all-new Opaque. Visit our website at www.partyice.com and find out how you can win $1 million worth of crystal clear party ice for your next party, wedding, or get-together. Party ice. Back to you, Duck Lips.
Oh, here's another fun fact. Recently, I got the Oasis tickets.
Yeah.
They are currently canceling tens of thousands of tickets in the European tour.
Why?
And then they're likely to move over to the American tour. Ticket resellers, fake tickets. People bought fake tickets and didn't realize it. If you bought your ticket from Ticketmaster, you're good. Mm-hmm. If you bought it from from
WeSellTickets.com.
Yeah, or one of those other places. I don't want to name any
Emporium.
of them. Yeah. Sal's Ticket and Towing. They've been selling fake tickets. And I've been on Reddit a lot lately.
Comes and get your car. Do you want 2 for Bachman Turner Overdrive? Yes, I do, actually.
So I've been becoming a Redditor lately.
You've talked about Reddit several times.
I enjoy it so much.
I know.
Sometimes it's helpful. A lot of times it's just fun because it's not helpful. I was reading this thread, like how people fake tickets, especially digitally. Like, how do you do that? And one of the methods that they use is that they will buy a ticket and they'll put it for sale on all the ticketing platforms. And then they sell them at each of these places. And I don't know how they do that. I don't know how that works. But some other Redditor said that the instant the ticket is used, it invalidates all the other ones.
Yeah.
So I got ticket G4. Let's say Mike has ticket G4.
G4.
And it was on Sal's Ticket and Towing. It was on Ticket Blaster. It was your mom's tickets.
Your mom is just going to say your mom's tickets.com.
Yeah. Those 3 places.
Hey, we love concerts.com.
Hey, we love concerts.com. And someone bought the ticket, that same ticket, G4, on all those places. Whoever gets the venue first and scans it. The next one of those, the person that comes next with your mom's tickets,
son of a bitch,
goes to scan. It's like, oh, you're already inside.
Yeah. Oh man,
fake ticket. So anyway, on one hand,
there's a lot of bad individuals out there.
On the one hand, I'm man, that would suck to think you're going and then not it not work.
Well, especially since you're going to Chicago.
Yeah. But then the other piece is I'm glad is that people are finding out now.
Yes.
Because the same thing was happening with U2 in the here. Okay. And people were flying internationally to go to that, getting all the way up to the point, and then it's because it was a fake ticket.
Oh, you talk about somebody being pissed.
Oh, dude.
I would be so pissed.
Yeah. So, the one ticket that I got, the extra show that I went to was from StubHub, so I will plug them. But the only reason I bought it was because I'm here already.
Right.
If it doesn't work, I get a refund. If it works, I get to go to another show for a massive discount. So, but buy your tickets carefully out there, folks. The one thing the Redditors and I agree on is the proper way to buy tickets now. And this doesn't work for if you're going to see Gwar. I mean, if you're going to see Gwar, just show up while they're on stage.
Yeah,
they'll let you in for free.
There's room. Yeah,
you're going to be fine.
Good seats still available.
You'll be okay. But if you're going
and by the way, there are no bad seats at a Gwar concert.
No.
Yeah.
But if you're going to like a major deal. If you're going to a Taylor Swift,
Wear an apron to the Guar show. Jesus.
yeah, and a life alert button. But if you're going to like something that's really going to sell out or whatever, it's a major deal. Get in the fan club, buy the fan club pre-sale tickets, and if you don't get one of those, then don't do resale on those things.
Yeah,
you be careful. You got to protect yourself out there.
We were trying to get tickets to the University of Cincinnati Bearcat football.
Yeah,
right. And those tickets are expensive.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those tickets are real expensive.
Yeah.
And so we're looking, and it's ridiculous because it's college football. Now, granted, it's entertaining. Okay. I had no idea college football tickets were going to be that expensive. So Libby's looking around, and she finds, was it StubHub? I don't know. It may have been Sal's Ticket and Towing.
Sal's Ticket and Towing.
And she found them much cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay. And so she bought 3 tickets, me, her, and Cameron, to go see the University of Cincinnati Bearcats football.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like these tickets are like $40, $50 cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you got to pay the ticket fee on top of it.
Yeah.
So we're almost where we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we took the kids to see a Bengals game a few years ago. That's still part of the mortgage.
Yeah.
And then we're taking them to see an OSU game in November.
Okay.
It was one of the birthday presents. And I was like, I saw U2 for half this price.
Yeah.
U2, like recently.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famers from Ireland.
Yeah.
U2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw U2 in the here for $80.
Uh-huh.
These tickets were more than that.
Like $120.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? Turnabout is fair play. Because a sports fan would say, why would you spend $80 to go see those potato eaters
Right.
in a ball?
Wow, that's racist.
In Sin City.
Wow.
I can do that because I'm Irish.
Yeah. Sure you are.
I'm practically Irish at this point.
Uh-huh.
At this point, can I claim, what am I?
Sure.
I'm 35 years a fan of U2. I think after 35 years, you can claim Irish ancestry.
One of the things Mike and I have talked about several times on this podcast is the best way to eat pancakes. Well, Steve Farrell, longtime fan of the show.
I'm going to quit the show.
He has been with this show since episode 1.
All
okay.
right.
He sent me this link, the perfect way to make pancakes that neither you or I have tried.
Is it like the scrambled pancakes?
You scramble the pancake.
Yeah.
You scramble it up.
Uh-huh.
Just like an egg, and then you cover it with powdered sugar and then the syrup. And I was like, well, Mike would like this because the syrup touches everything.
Yeah.
And
have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, but there's another way that I've seen.
Uh-huh.
You get an old one of those things called mustard deal.
Yes.
Mustard
I've
thing?
seen.
So you squeeze and you make a pancake spaghetti.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen pancake spaghetti.
I've thought about doing that, but when it comes right down to it,
I kind of like having the
classic.
I like flipping it.
I like flipping it.
I like to flip my pancake.
I like to get a nice browning on the top and then flip it and try to match the brown on either side.
But you can never completely. Even at IHOP, the top part is always a little browner than the bottom part.
One time in 2018, March, on a Saturday.
Wow.
I did it.
Exact. On all of them.
Exact hue. Perfect browning.
The tint was...
The curtains matched the drapes.
The drapes matched the curtains.
Yeah.
So I mentioned the University of Cincinnati. Libby and I went to a football game.
Yeah.
We went to see my son Jacob because he's in the marching band.
Yeah.
And we were looking.
That's why you didn't get a ticket for Jacob because he's already out there.
He's already there. He doesn't need a ticket.
Did he couldn't get you free tickets?
No, you can't. He can't get us any.
That's not part of tuition.
No.
You'd
think.
Throw Pops and Mamaw a ticket.
Mamaw?
I don't know why I called Libby Mamaw. I called you Pops.
Wow. Oh, you're going to pay for that. That's staying in the podcast. Yeah. She's kind of pissed at you anyway.
Is she? What'd I do?
No, you didn't do anything.
I'm sure I did something.
No. So we're going to the game.
Yeah.
And I got in trouble. We're driving down there,
Yeah.
And we've been to UC twice.
Okay.
Okay. We've never been to a game.
Yeah.
So all I know is how to get to Nippert Stadium. Nippert.
Okay.
And there's a parking garage right across, and I was going to try and park there.
Yeah.
So I drive to Nippert, and the parking garage, students only, it was blocked off. You can't go there. So I drove down, I turned the car around, and I'm going back up the road. This woman, gotta be 93, maybe 94 years old, middle of the road, arm out, like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
And I rolled down my window. She says, slow down. You messed up. You went the wrong way. Slow down.
Whoa.
I was like, okay.
That sounds serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slow down. I got it. I got it.
Okay.
So we left that part. We
Just
drive for a little
surrogate
bit.
Karen.
Yeah. We drive for a little bit. We ask somebody, where can we park?
Yeah.
Can we park on campus? Nope. You've got to park off campus at this garage near UC Hospital. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is a mile.
Yeah.
Maybe a mile.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we drive and we get to the parking garage.
Yeah.
We're like, have we left in enough time? Because Jacob was performing at the game. The band performs before the game.
Yeah.
They march in and perform.
Okay.
They perform a few times.
Yeah.
We're trying to catch all of these performances.
They get the lead out.
They do.
Yeah.
They throw down.
Okay.
So we're like, hey, we don't want to miss any of this.
Mom
Now-
spaghetti.
Yeah, mom's spaghetti. We're parking further away. We get to the garage.
Yeah.
And we get out and we're walking. We ask this guy, is there a shuttle that takes you to the game? Yeah.
Oh.
It's right there. Cool.
Yeah.
So we get on the shuttle. We sit down. There's one other guy, and we got okay.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the driver like, oh, we're ready.
Carry
Dude,
on,
We're ready
sir.
to ma'am. That's
ma'am.
Yeah.
Carry on, ma'am.
Women drive too.
Yeah.
Although listen to the rest of the story. Like you can go.
Yeah.
So we're waiting
Yes.
patiently,
Uh-huh.
and we're like, we don't want to miss any of this.
Yeah.
But can you go?
Can you
Can
traverse?
you just drive?
Yeah.
And she says, I'm waiting for my boss because he's going to ride with me.
Oh.
We're like, okay.
Oh.
And so we wait and wait
Yeah.
and wait. And Libby's like, should we get off and find another shuttle? And or should we walk? I'm like, Libby, if we walk, we're going to get halfway there. And then this shuttle,
It's going to pass you by.
15 minutes.
Please stand by. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Thank you.
20 minutes later.
Hold on. We're on now. I'm going to come back over.
Is there a way to check the stream, Mike, to see if we need to do this whole thing over again?
No. We don't have to do the whole thing over.
Okay.
Hold on. Do this. Check. Okay, so we should be on now. Libby, if we leave now, if we. But look.
Hi, I'm Darren.
I'm Mike.
We had some.
I got everything.
technical-
Everything's
Yeah.
recording now. Again.
We apologize. We had some technical difficulties. The internet went out, and we're back and ready to go. I was talking about our trip to see the University of Cincinnati Bearcat football game to watch my son.
Hey, if
march.
you get off this
Yep.
truck now, it's just going to pass you by.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. I told Libby we're just going to wait on the shuttle. And anyway, so the driver, this woman, and again, I don't have a problem with female drivers. I really, really don't. But this is her first time ever driving the shuttle, and she didn't know where she was going, and we were panicking because we didn't want to miss any of this game, right? So she gets us there. And we get off the shuttle, and there's so much tailgating going on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy's grilling burgers. This guy's got bratwursts. This man, me make burger, me eat chili, and me cook food.
Yeah, this is so much better than last time.
They had everything.
Yeah.
And we were planning on that.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God. And everything looked and smelled amazing.
Yeah.
So we kept telling Cameron, dude, walk over to the table. Look pathetic.
Yeah.
And just, wow, my mom and dad never make burgers.
Yeah.
My mom and dad never make chicken enchiladas or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Deep
then we
fried
thought,
mice,
so
whatever.
deep fried mice. So we thought maybe if Cameron acted pathetic, someone might feed us But that didn't happen because he was like worried about.
Did
doing
you ever?
that.
There were some helpful people when we went. The last time we went to a Bearcats game, there were a few helpful people walking around explaining loudly who was going to hell and when, and and for being at the game. Did you have any of that?
No, I didn't have any of that.
Yeah, that's always good when you have young children with you.
Yeah,
some strange, crazed man.
And usually, you see. Like I saw one guy playing the bucket, the playing drums on a bucket on our way out. But usually you see a good fair amount of homeless people going in. We didn't see that.
Okay.
So anyway, we got to the place and we watched Jacob perform. Jacob sounded amazing. The band was amazing. And it was a really good time. We're watching the game. They're playing the Arizona Sun Devils.
Yeah.
I think it was the Sun Devils. And let me back up a second. We're watching Jacob and the band perform, and there's this guy next to me talking to a buddy of his, and he won't shut up about the benefits of having surgery.
Well,
over and over again. And if you have the surgery, I'm telling you, your body is, it's going to take a while to heal completely from the surgery, but you're going to want to have the surgery. If you don't have the surgery, then it's just the problem is just going to get worse and worse and worse. And I swear to God, if he said surgery once, he said it 20 times. And we're trying to listen to our kid play in the band.
Yeah.
Surgery, surgery, surgery. Shut up. Now, I'm going to surgically remove your face.
If you were like I am,
which I'm not,
you might have turned around and said, yes, but it depends on context.
That's right.
If you're in Elysium, surgery is very much needed and welcome.
Yes.
If you're in the Human Centipede,
no,
not so much.
Not so much.
There's, context matters.
If I had that knowledge, I would have said that. I wish I had that comment.
There should be an AI, Mike and Darren, that listens to everyone's conversation.
Yeah.
And you have a little ear thing. It says, oh, say this.
What would Mike do?
What would
Darren do in this situation? Yeah.
I'd love
We
to.
need to develop an app.
The
Irritable Dad Syndrome app. Push A or B, what Mike would do, what Darren would do.
I would love so much to have video of Chris Hughes using the app and then just randomly going up to a person in the street saying, no, Oxhome Baby is the best album. And just getting into a whole argument right there. And all the right...
Press B. Are you cooking beans? Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We got into the game and we are way up top.
Oh,
we are 2 rows from up top.
Yeah.
And
those $120 tickets, the $110 tickets are just behind the urinal.
Yeah.
The $125 are they give you a parachute when you go up there.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Darren. When we got there, our seats were on the opposing team side of the stadium.
Jesus.
Okay. So we knew when the band came out, we were going to be watching the back of their heads.
You did get these from Sal's Ticket and Towing.
So when we got there, we're going to stand behind the seats and watch the band run down, because the coolest thing is the band charging the field.
Yeah.
They run down the stadium.
Yeah.
They run down the steps, okay?
Yeah.
And then they perform their opening songs and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we're standing there watching, and there's this woman, and she keeps looking at me like, what are you doing? She is shooting me this look. She is not happy with me at all. And I don't know what... Because I'm not making any noise. I'm not talking about surgery. I'm just standing there.
Yeah.
And Libby and I are taking photos, and we're getting video of the band coming down and doing the thing. And she won't stop giving me this mean look.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody taps me on the shoulder and says, "Sir, you're not allowed to stand here." I said, "Oh, that must be the problem.
You were in the no standing zone.
We're in the no standing zone. How was I supposed to know that? It's only written everywhere on the floor."
The white zone is for loading and unloading. The blue zone is for standing.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't think to look down.
Yeah.
Look, don't give me this blue zone, white zone. You're the one. Yeah. So that's why she was mad at me.
Yeah.
Then we get our tickets and we're like, okay, where are our seats? Okay. So I was going to ask this lady, but she's busy helping other people. So I walk over to another person and I said, "Can you tell me the easiest way to get to these seats?" And she says, "Do I look like I work here?" I'm like, "What are you, Chandler Bing?" And I said, "Actually, you do."
Yeah. Oh, boom!
I
Right
said-
back in her
I
face.
said, "You're wearing like the same clothes that woman's wearing who works here because she pissed me off."
yeah. Yeah.
And it was just, well, let me look at him.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, you got to go around that
Uh-huh.
way. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I had the lady yell at me. Then this lady give me the mean look. And then this woman was a bitch. Okay, fine. So we're going to move on.
Yeah.
We go up way, 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 way up top. We get our seats. The guy sitting next to me is chewing his fingernails the entire game.
He's a big fan.
He's just,
Yeah.
and occasionally he would look like, oh, no, I hope nobody's seeing me chew my fingernails. I'm like, and I'm thinking, you must have a lot of barbecue sauce in there because that's the only
Oh,
reason.
jeez.
He is just chewing
Yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he like playing
wa-
with them afterwards? Or
He wasn't spitting them out, so he had to been swallowing them.
Oh.
Unless he was secretly, pocketing them, because sometimes you pick and then you flick when no one's, do you pick and flick when no one's looking? Yeah.
You just reminded me of somebody that I used to work with, and I'm gonna insert this here now.
Uh-huh.
You can remove it as needed.
Lonnie Stevens?
No. But I'm also not going to give this person's name. Let's say it's Stephen Lonnie's.
Stephen Lonnie's, okay.
And he did snuff.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And he was giving me a tour around the facility. This is a good 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that when he was in his office, he had a spit cup, which was as
Disgusting.
nice, as fun as it sounds. Then we're going around the facility, and it's a long tour, like over an hour. And I notice he still has his stuff in, but I notice we're inside. He's not spitting anywhere. So I started paying attention to him. And every 30 to 40 seconds, I would see him go, and just, you can't, it's an audio
He was
podcast.
swallowing.
He was swallowing it as he was going through. And not even making I feel like if I do something disgusting in front of someone, even if I'm used to it, I should at least give a courtesy. Ugh, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
sorry I'm doing this, but
Yeah.
I'm f***ed up. But no, he was
That's disgusting.
he was owning it, just going with it.
Yeah.
And then we get back to his office and he resumes using the cup. I felt like saying, this is a new job at the time, but
Why
what's
now?
the point?
Yeah,
Why now?
why?
Clearly you've evolved past this. You don't need this anymore. What are you? That's
absolutely
you're going
nasty.
backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was not in the best of health.
I'm going to go even more disgusting.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. I was on TikTok, and
Okay.
I didn't search for this, and I don't know why it popped up, because you know how the algorithm
The
works.
best TikToks work
Right.
that way.
You start
yeah.
watching Taylor Swift videos are
Yeah.
going to show up, okay?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, this video comes up of a person having ingrown toenails repaired, okay? And
yeah.
what did I do?
You
I
watched it?
every second
Oh
of it.
my God.
I can't watch the pimple popping videos,
No.
but I can watch the ingrown toenail stuff. Well, one, I have ingrown toenails and I have to deal with them myself. They're nowhere near as bad as these freaks on the internet who have theirs. My Lord, it's like, well, here's the thing. Why do you let it get this bad?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. Denial.
Right.
Yeah. You're just like, it's not that bad.
And so I went on and I go on almost every comment. Someone says, "Oh, what a relief." That must be such a relief having that toenail taken out of there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then another person will say, "Does it hurt the horse?" I get on there and ask, "Does the guy get to keep the toenail?" But I do not recommend watching ingrown toenail. It's wow.
Yeah. Any type of medical, if it pops up, you could see, because you could tell they all have that 70s horror movie color, that sickly yellow thing with the,
Yes.
you just, a little grainy, and there's like something's moving unnaturally because it's
Yep.
like zoomed in. He's like,
Yep.
swipe. It's either a huge insect or something horrifying is going to happen.
Speaking of TikTok, if you're on there, you got to look up airplane facts with Max. There's a guy, he's got hair down to to the middle of his back. He works on airplane engines, and he comes out there, and I'm not going to do this guy any justice. He says, I'm here in the hull of the aircraft,
Hull,
we're looking at this. This is the carburetor.
Yeah,
This is the air shaft. This is the thing, and this is how it works.
Yeah.
And the way it works is that it brings in the thing that has the stuff, and that's what enables the plane to do the thing.
We are not an aviation podcast.
I'm not. But he goes into great detail about this part of the engine, how it works, the benefits of having it, and the reason it works is because of this thing, kind of like in The Lord of the Rings, when they were marching up to the hill to Mordor, and Legolas and Frodo, and this, and for like 5 minutes, he goes on about this, and this, and this, and then the Inuit, and the something.
Wow.
Straight face, and basically, and that's how the aircraft works. And he stops. Best thing I've seen on TikTok in forever. You gotta look up airplane facts with Max.
Okay,
you just
reminded me of a meme.
I want to try and get him on the show.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw this meme. I think it might have been Reddit, but a fight has started. George R.R. Martin, the writer of Game of Thrones,
not related to Lloyd R.R. Tolkien.
Now you tell me. Has stated that Jaime Lannister, Jaime Lannister, would
slept with his sister.
No, well, he did.
Yeah.
Welcome back. George R.R. Martin claimed that Jaime Lannister would destroy Aragorn.
What? No way.
The internet caught
no way.
A flame.
No way.
You talk about a comment section that lost its mind.
Yeah, there's no way.
And one of my favorite comments, and I'm not going to do it justice, but somebody just went full good sir on him. It's like, excuse me. Uh-oh. If I may point out, you can bring me Jaime Lannister when he faces down an army of orcs at the Black Gate by himself.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Show me him doing that.
No
and
way.
Then maybe he could breathe the same air as Aragorn. And it filled me with such glee because I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Aragorn doesn't exist.
No.
And neither does Jaime Lannister
right.
or the orcs or any of this stuff.
Well, it reminds me of that other argument that what is Captain America's shield made out of?
Vibranium.
Vibranium.
Yeah.
And then the not Boba Fett, the
Jango Fett.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What's his staff made out of?
The
Mithril. No. That's
it's that weird.
Yeah.
Every time they show it, it does the. It does a theme song every time they show it.
So there was that argument over: is this metal stronger than that metal? They're both fake metals.
Yeah. Yes.
But my God, the argument.
Oh,
the people would fight to the death over this.
At some point, I had hoped I don't think it's going to happen in this election.
Right.
But I think one of the candidates could have won if they would have just stepped out and said, Aragorn could totally destroy Jaime Lannister.
But by the way, this episode is released on Election Day. Be sure to vote.
Yeah. I would say 60 to 65% of the people in the country would have no idea what they're talking about or what that has to do with anything, but they would win every battleground state. It would be a sweep. It would be the end for the other candidate.
Did he not watch The Lord of the Rings?
No.
There's no way Jaime Lannister is... his name is Jaime.
Yeah.
There's no way he's gonna beat Aragorn,
Yeah.
Strider, son of Thorin. What's his father's name?
Yeah.
Thorin is
he's the guy.
Dwarf. Yeah.
Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
Yeah.
That's literally burned in my brain. No.
Did you not watch him fight that orc in the Fellowship of the Ring?
You don't have to convince me. This is like someone saying a GoBot is going to destroy Optimus Prime. Get the out of here. GoBot. Or those little green army men, like the guy with the shovel.
Yeah, their legs are connected
You're
together.
connected. It's going to beat G.I. Joe. No.
No, it's not going to happen. Hey, we're running out of time, but last week I mentioned that woman? She's got her own page where all she does is listen to comedians, and she just stands there.
Yeah.
And me, and points and laughs and what. And sometimes she's wearing shorts, and sometimes her hair's in a ponytail, and sometimes she's wearing sweatpants.
Right.
Sometimes she's walking in the kitchen. Sometimes she's sitting reading a book and listening to this. And not only it's her name, it's Julie and Mike Lowell. Lowell, Lowell. But there are several Julie Lowell fan pages who they have their own page where they repost her. Okay. So not only is she listening to comedians, that's all she's doing is listening to comics. She's listening.
Yeah.
And then that's reacting. Reacting. Now there's people who are reposting her listening and reacting, and they've got a page as a Mike and Julie Lowell fan page.
We're in the end days.
What is going on?
Armageddon is around the corner.
Hey, what happened? I'm like, how?
This is
you know what? Airplane Facts with Max? That guy, you can't do what Airplane Facts with Max does. No, you can't. He has read the books and seen the movies, knows how many times, and knows everything front and back. He's done his own research.
Y'all digging too deep. You know what happened in Moria? They dug too deep.
That's right.
They got too greedy, and then what happened?
No. Remember when they were in the mines of Moria? And what's his face? Knocked over the book and it went down.
Fool of a took.
Yeah.
So,
Peregrine took.
No!
Charlie's football season is over, but they had a thing where you could the parents needed to sign up for things, and one of the jobs you could sign up for was announcer, and you were allowed to play music over the thing or sounds.
Did you do it?
I came close to it. I couldn't get a ruling. What I wanted to do was every time a team would fail on the third down, they would go to do the punt or whatever. I wanted to have the soundbite of Gandalf going, "You shall not pass." I wanted to do that so bad. But then I was like, the problem is that you have to do more than that.
Right.
You can't just play that.
Yeah, you have to
say
number
like
5.
Little Manny Fredrickson just
number 5 Manny Fredrickson.
Sal Rosenberg.
It's a fair catch.
On the fair catch in the West Fairway.
Exactly. That's
on the third green.
He did not breach the line of scrimmage.
On backgammon.
Yeah. I had to do that one time, and I told this story on the podcast before. It was like episode 9. I don't know. Look it up.
You can't unless you're a Patreon.
Cameron's swim team, and the parents would volunteer, and some would coach, and some would not coach, but some would line watch, and I don't know what they did, but it was
stay in your lane.
It was my week to announce, and all I had to do was would group 14 meet behind the slides, group 14 meet behind the slides, and then group 15 meet behind the slides, group 15 meet behind the slides. Group 16, you get it, right?
I get
I'm just sitting there. I'd like to welcome everybody to the swim meet. And Valentine's Day is coming up. And hey, fellas, don't forget, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Run by the Kroger.
You saved a dude.
Pick her up some chocolate or some flowers. And do something special for her tomorrow. Valentine's Day. Your wife will thank you.
As surprise.
And thank you for everybody for coming out and watching today's swim meet. By the way, Group 18 meet behind the slides. So what do you all think about this Lord of the Rings, Jaime Lannister debacle? Yeah, don't give me a microphone unless you're prepared to hear me talk.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. I think this was this was like a couple of them.
I've had fun. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. And I hope all our loyal listeners, all our new listeners, anybody who's sitting there giving this thing a shot, thank you so much for spending time with us. If you want, you can go to irritabledadcenter.com. If you had fun today, you can listen to more of our nuts talking
Follow
crap.
us on Facebook. I can't believe I'm about to do this. Follow us on Facebook. If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, tell us who you think would win between Jaime Lannister
and Aragorn.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that's called a web driver.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike.
Call to action.
Yeah.
229 episodes. I'm doing what 3-year-olds do in the first episode. They know how to do this. All right.
Thanks for listening. We hope to see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Irritable Dad Syndrome is a Mike Odell, Darren Cox production.
Oh, here's a fun fact.
What's that?
some of our AI things have started to recognize that your name is spelled D-A-R-I-N.
Finally.
They came back automatically, the D-A-R-R-E-N, for literally for a few months. And now they've seen me correct it so much that they're starting to naturally.
Oh my God, it's starting to learn.
But it's artificial. I mean, you'll save on calories, but you might have a brain tumor.
I need to save on calories.
I got to talk about our toe.
Toe? T-O-E?
T-O-W.
Oh, okay. It's like, you guys share a toe?
Times are tough.
You've been married a long time.
Thanks, Biden.
Married a long time.
It's just in this economy.
You should see how we put on the flip-flop.
We got the flop still on layaway. Yeah. You got a whole little ecosystem going on in your garage there.
But yeah, I've never seen a mouse nest I've heard about it.
Yeah, mammalian.
Yeah, and then,
What?
A mammalian?
Mammalian.
Mammalian?
Yeah. You just got to cut all
something
this out.
about a mammal?
Mammal.
Okay.
Yeah, a mammalian.
Yeah. I thought it was a rodent.
Part of you is going to want to keep this in. I implore you, remove it.
That's what she said.
Now, maybe that part can go on the end. This is past Mike talking to future Darren. Cut that out.
I implore you.
It wasn't funny.
Hi, I'm Darren. Damn it, you. I said I'm going to start the show, and that's when you start drinking.
You think I'm at your beck and call?
Well, I said I was going to start, and you said you were ready. Take two. Tonight on the podcast, I took my wife's car in for an oil change, and you're not going to believe what I found out. Tonight on the podcast, I took... Let it roll. Da, 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 da. Down the highway.
So I'm reading a new book that's terrifying.
Roll. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Before we go, you may have noticed that the guys teased a story at the beginning of the show that they didn't talk about. We're sorry about that, and we'll try to get around to it next week. Don't try to sue us. Ha ha ha. Our lawyer will destroy you in court.
Have a great day and stay cool.